Now, the Livewire.
Women tended to be the focus, and makes sense. A large majority of women are the ones who are needing services or calling for services. However, men experience domestic violence too, and these days we talk a lot about the stigma that surrounds men experiencing domestic violence.
Here's the Livewire with Branden.
Today on the Livewire, I'm joined by Representative Taylor Reed from Peace at Home Family Shelter. You may have heard that here in Northwest Arkansas. The very first domestic violence shelter to open in the state of Arkansas. That was way back in '77. For nearly 5 decades, Peace at Home has been a safe haven for survivors of domestic violence, women, men, children, even pets. Offering everything from legal support and counseling to 24/7 crisis lines and emergency shelter. Taylor, here to talk about the incredible work Peace at Home is doing, the challenges they're facing, and how we all here in Northwest Arkansas can be a part in helping survivors find safety, healing, and hope. Welcome to the podcast, Taylor.
Thank you so much for having me, Branden.
I'm so excited to be here on location. You mentioned that there are rooms here that everyone can go to, and it has been absolutely packed in here. You said since you've worked here, right?
Yes, indeed. So we operate off of a wait list, but that doesn't mean that you can't give us a call. Our hotline is 24/7, and anybody who needs to give us a call for safety planning or just to chat about your situation, we are absolutely here for that. But yeah, we have 16 rooms here on site that can house anywhere from 50 people at a time. But we have a wait list. Demand is high in this area, and as the population grows, we have more people needing support. Our other programs include counseling services. We have legal staff, full-time legal staff attorneys to help with things like child custody, divorces, orders of protection, things like that. And then we, of course, have advocates here who work with our clients to reach their goals and find safe housing and things like that.
Well, you gave me a little bit of a history lesson that you guys started 50 years ago in Fayetteville in an old house really close to Dixon Street, really.
Yeah, a little closer to the Fayetteville Public Library.
With the library there, yeah. Mm-hmm. And, of course, they had a legacy that they built. Do you think that has evolved? Do you think you guys have, the mission has evolved, or is it the same mission as it was 50 years ago?
Oh, that's a great question. I would say that the mission has evolved for sure. We serve everybody, I think back in the early days of victim services, specifically for domestic violence services, women tended to be the focus, and makes sense. A large majority of women are the ones who are needing services or calling for services. However, men experience domestic violence too, and these days we talk a lot about the stigma that surrounds men experiencing domestic violence. So, that's one big piece of it, and I think we also try to educate the public about the barriers that keep people in abusive homes, and a lot of times that's not just physical abuse, right? So that could be financial abuse. Somebody could be financially cut off from freedom, right? Isolation. Maybe that's, I want to take care of you. I want to take care of our family. Let me do that for us. But after years of not having a job, well, why do you need a car?
Right.
What's the car for? You don't need a car. But then, slowly and surely, some folks will find themselves in a further isolated relationship that at first seemed fairy tale romance,
Right.
It doesn't start abusive most of the time. So,
and then, and then people don't realize it. You kind of fall backwards into this. So you said that you have services to help people just like this. You may not know that you're in an abusive relationship.
Right.
You may not even know it. And so maybe those thoughts are in your head. You can have someone to talk to here at Peace at Home, correct?
Yes. So the 24/7 hotline that we have is 479-442-9811. We have advocates answering those phone calls every day, no matter what. even if it is just to talk about the situation that you're in, whether or not you believe you're in an abusive relationship. It's a huge part of it is just education and supporting folks who need a listening ear. I think that's half the battle, even in the early days of deciding whether or not you're experiencing abuse and that you want to potentially end the relationship. It's great to have a third party listening and there to tell you, I'm hearing you, you're not alone, you are experiencing abuse and you're, once again, not alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Taylor, you've been on the front lines for a while, seeing a lot of this, and we got to know what are the biggest challenges the shelter is facing right now. I know there's a lot of items that you all need, but what are the biggest challenges right now?
Apart from just needing more space to help more families, funding is the biggest hurdle right now. As most nonprofits would know these days, federal funds are very unpredictable, and we just need more support from the community, whether that's in the form of dollars. We do have like a monthly option for donors, and you'd think that $12 a month doesn't do a whole lot of good, but it's incredibly helpful to have that consistent support every month, even if that's as much as you can do at the time. And aside from financial donations, we really need some donations of things like air mattresses. It's a strange thing to mention, but they're not inexpensive. And most folks who are transitioning out of emergency shelter, and they're only able to stay here for up to 90 days. The average is about 40 days. Yeah. But with that turnover of families, they're leaving and moving into completely unfurnished apartments or homes, right? So they don't have a mattress, and how are you going to go to work and go to school without a bed? So we're often buying these things to make sure they have somewhere to sleep when they leave, and it really adds up. So air mattresses is a massive need for us right now.
You also mentioned just the small things. You had mentioned that you sort of have a rule when it comes to items that people collect in the very beginning. What's that?
So we need donations of items that are often overlooked, and that includes things like toiletries, so toothbrushes, toothpaste, any sort of like shampoo, conditioner, items like that. I will say too, we need donations for people whose hair is curly, people whose hair is maybe more dry. I think being able to take care of yourself properly is a huge part of getting your confidence back.
Your energy.
Yeah, your energy, your autonomy. So being able to take care of yourself well is super important. And for a lot of women, that includes makeup. So we take donations of makeup, preferably unused. But we also, when people transition out of emergency shelter, they take their own towels and their pillows and sheets and things like that. So we regularly and often need pillows, towels, bed sheets, things that are meant to be used by you and only you.
Right. And when we talk about serving here at the Peace and Home Family Shelter, how many, you say 90 days is the turnaround, so how many people are you actually serving through the year?
So last year we were able to provide 9,359 nights of safe shelter.
Wow. That's something to be proud of in Northwest Arkansas. And again, that's not just women's shelter. This is the whole family, correct?
Correct.
And we're talking about children and pets, as we mentioned.
Yeah, and that's a new thing, too.
Right, and you need those because obviously the pet is part of the family as well.
Right. So that's another barrier that I, meant to speak about earlier. In previous years, for a very long time, since Peace at Home's inception, folks who had pets were unable to move into emergency shelter because they could not bring their pet with them.
Right.
So for a lot of people, they would stay in abusive homes because they couldn't bring their family member, right? Or their baby. So we're really, really glad to have the Candy Clark Pet Sanctuary now. It opened this May. I think. Gosh.
Yeah.
Days
Wow.
are bleeding away from me.
Yeah, they are running. They are running.
But yeah, so now we've got, I think it's 7 dog kennels and 6 cat kennels, and it's a consistently full building.
Yeah, so explain a little bit of what the kennels do. So they're able to go visit their pets, or
yes.
Yeah.
So clients with pets are able to visit the pets 24/7 at any time. It's a well-secured area where they can go in and feed their pets, play with them. There's a family room and a veterinary room with like a really deep shower bathtub situation, so
Right.
they can
So you can
fully
clean the pet.
them,
Yeah.
there's a washer and dryer in there, so if they need to like wash any like bedding or
Sure.
toys or whatever, they have lockers, and we have lockers in the sanctuary as well. And
Is that connected just with a Peace at Home, or is that for anyone, or is that just straight your guys' sort of answer for the pets?
So it's connected. It's only for Peace at Home use.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and it's located directly across from our emergency shelter space.
Are you keeping numbers on that? Do you have pets over there right now? They're
I don't have the advocate board open right now, but and we stay pretty consistently full. I want to say, let's see. Oh yeah, so from last year to the end of the year, we were able to provide, I want to say 1,008 nights of safe shelter to pets.
I knew you had the stats.
Yeah.
I knew you had them, Taylor. I knew that they were somewhere in your brain. You had 1,008.
Yay, marketing.
That's right. I think it's just it's great to put a number on that, because at one point you weren't able to allow people with pets, and now you have over 1,000 stays.
Yeah, and
so
that's within less than a year, that stat. So
that's great. And, having that support only just makes you more encouraged to help others. And I'm a big believer in the power of positive thinking. And I want you to think or brainstorm now, what would be the perfect scenario? Like the donation or something that would make it just the ideal situation for Peace at Home. Like, that would make you go, wow, we did it. We raised it. Is it money? Would it be a large donation? Would it be a huge campus? What would be the perfect ideal situation for Peace at Home?
Gosh, it's a deep question. I mean, I think if I were speaking for most of us, like the staff, we'd say more rooms. I think, but that in order to build more rooms, you have to have more funds. And so I think I would love to be able to open up our donor software and see just the whole community in some way represented. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When I can name drop Odd Soul is an amazing partner of ours.
Yeah. Love those guys in downtown
love
Springdale.
It. Love the food, love the people,
Yes.
and just, more stuff like that, more connections to real people who own businesses, or, just individuals in general. Like, I love running into people, like donors on the street, and saying like, oh my gosh, hey, it's been a minute. Nice to see you.
Right. And that's that community connection.
Yes.
That why you all have been around for 50 years is because of the community and the help that's provided by different businesses and different other 501c3s. So I like that answer. More community. And that's an easy response for our listeners, because our listener knows someone in Northwest Arkansas, whether it be a business, a charity, some way to help Peace at Home. So think about that. And again, as we are thinking in our power of positivity, this could be a reality in Northwest Arkansas, which it has been over and over again. I'm sure you have thousands upon thousands of success stories.
Oh, yeah.
With the shelter. And there are 20 more success stories here today at the shelter. And so I like that answer of just having the community all push and help out. That's really what it's all about when it comes to 501c3s and with charities.
Sure.
And so you've been dealing with all of these. You just talked about the pet one. I got to ask you, this is part of the pod. Big question would be, who should we nominate to talk to? We just talked with Justin Melanson from To the Table, and he suggested you all here at Peace at Home.
Thanks, Justin.
And it was it's great to see everyone kind of helping out, and I'm sure you talked to a lot. So do you have someone in mind?
Yeah, I mean, there are so many to mention, but for time's sake.
Yes.
I'm going to nominate CASA of Northwest Arkansas. That's Court-Appointed Special Advocates of Northwest Arkansas. They provide compassionate volunteers who advocate for children who have experienced abuse and neglect. So,
and it's sort of court appointed. So this is something that the they've gone through the courts, and the children need the help. Mm-hmm. Can you explain a little bit of kind of like the advocates? So this is probably just like a parent or an adult helping kids that are in a really kind of a bad situation. And this is local, correct?
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You can do that. We'll do an edit. You can. Is there a way that we can get a hold of them? Is there a website?
Yep, nwacasa.org.
And if you want some more information, go to that website. I believe they also have a Facebook page. And again, another organization that works closely with Peace at Home Family Shelter. And for more information on Peace at Home, how can we help, Taylor?
So please visit our website, peaceathomeshelter.org, and you can follow us on social media at Peace at Home Shelter. We also have a thrift store in Fayetteville, so if you have anything that you need to donate to circulate in the community, whether that's clothes or toys or books or anything like that, please no large appliances.
Yeah.
But we take donations Wednesday through Saturday over there in Fayetteville, and it's great to also mention that when you shop at the thrift store, you're also providing support to the programs as well, because the funds comes straight back to programming, and clients who utilize Peace at Home Family Shelter services receive vouchers to shop there. So it's another sort of avenue to getting things that they might not have been able to leave with when they escaped violence.
Well, very, very awesome. I think this is going to take all of us to help out with Peace at Home Family Shelter. All right, I'm giving you one last minute here, Taylor. You don't have to use the whole minute, but if you want to invite people to the shelter or another event coming up or anything that you would like to, I'm giving you the floor. The last 60 seconds for Taylor Reed.
Thank you so much. It's giving season. I highly, highly recommend that you jump onto our website, take a look. It's quite large. There's a lot of information on there. If you can't give right now, we completely understand. Times are really rough for everybody. But $5 goes a really long way for people who have nothing, who left their homes with close to nothing. So please consider donating to Peace at Home whenever available. Outside of that, knowing the website is incredibly helpful, just because we have quite a bit of domestic violence education on there. And if it's not something, if you can't donate financially, if you can't donate items, it's very helpful still to have talking points about abuse, and to be able to support friends or family, loved ones, if they disclose abuse with you. Knowing how to respond to somebody who's found the courage to say something about their abuse is incredibly helpful. And it might be you, who makes that difference for them, who helps them build courage inside that they can actually change their life themselves and leave.
That's right. You can make a difference. And that's why they listen to the pod today. And I truly appreciate everyone doing so. The Peace at Home Family Shelter, cheers to 50 more years. Hopefully at a certain point, we don't even need something like this. Maybe it'll be just, that would be the best thing. But until then, I hope that you all are here to help out people in Northwest Arkansas in need. Taylor, it's fantastic to have you on the pod today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks once again to Taylor Reed from the Peace at Home Family Shelter, and looking forward to next week, getting back on track with some local talent. Here's a tease.